Good morning, welcome back to another weekly vlog. Not starting from my office this week. I have just been down to the dentist for a checkup. Thankfully my dentist is open and doing checkups and everything now. They weren't able to do, like usually they do a checkup and then they do like a clean to get rid of some of the tartar, but they weren't able to do that because they have to have a whole different set of PPE on. But she said that it wasn't an issue. She said there wasn't a huge amount there and hopefully it'll be fine until next time. So yeah, that's done. Now heading home to finish my breakfast because I didn't get it finished before I came out. Don't have any, oh no, I've got my mental health group later today or this evening, but apart from that I haven't got any other plans. I'm just going to get on with some editing. So yeah, heading home, gonna have breakfast and then I'll speak to you a bit later. So Alfie is still limping, bless him. Hasn't really got any worse, but it hasn't got any better either. So we've just rung up the vets today and they're going to give him some anti-inflammatories to see if that helps. And just as we were like ringing the vets and describing his limp, he kind of got up and like really exaggeratedly limped across the kitchen, which he hasn't done it that bad for, well, I don't think he's ever done it quite that bad, so I don't know if he knew we were talking about him, but it did make us chuckle a bit. But yeah, hopefully we might get some anti-inflammatories that help. Otherwise, I don't know whether he'll have to have an x-ray or I don't know, we'll see. But hopefully the anti-inflammatories will help. And we're getting those tomorrow, I think, so I shall keep you updated. So I got a video up and another video edited this morning, and then I came down to have some lunch. A couple of weeks ago, I think I showed this in one of my videos, and I decided to have some for my lunch today. And I'm by no means a Michelin chef of any description, but it was really nice. I did it with, so obviously heated the pasta up and then just put some butter and some parmesan, which obviously then melted on it, and it was seriously good. I would really recommend it if you haven't tried this and you're into kind of pasta and stuff. I quite like pasta because it's easy to swallow when I have swallowing problems. I don't necessarily need to eat very much because I get full pretty quickly, but yeah, this one was really nice and would definitely recommend it. I've also got a butternut squash one, which I'm yet to try, but yeah, would definitely recommend the spinach and ricotta. Good morning, happy Tuesday, I think. I've lost track of what day it is already. I keep thinking it's Friday and it's not, it's definitely Tuesday. Yeah, sorry I didn't speak to you much yesterday after I'd had my lunch. Didn't really feel that well yesterday. I kept feeling really like dizzy and faint and just not quite with it, which seems to be happening a lot at the moment, which is not much fun. But yeah, I went and had a lie down and fell asleep in the afternoon, and then in the evening I had my mental health group. There were 5 of us yesterday, and it's on Zoom for anyone that hasn't been watching recently. We usually do it in person, but obviously can't do that at the moment. So we've been doing Zoom ones instead. And yeah, actually we had a really nice chat. It was good. I think it was what some people needed. And we kind of said that we really need to kind of organise a kind of socially distanced meet up kind of thing. Obviously it would have to be with very limited numbers of people, but we were just thinking we could go outside somewhere and just meet and have a chat and kind of obviously stay 2 meters away and all that kind of stuff, but just to see some people in person, because well, I was saying that I'm really kind of missing people at the moment, which I'm sure a lot of people are, and yeah, you know, it's great having Zoom and all that kind of stuff, but it's just not quite the same as actually seeing somebody in person. So we might try and organise that. Obviously you can only have a limited number of people. I would need to check on how many that is. I can't remember what the latest rules are at the moment because I haven't really been meeting anybody outside, so I haven't really needed to know. But yeah, it's something we're kind of thinking about doing, just to kind of try and break that isolation a bit, because mental health is not great, especially when you're alone. So it would be good if people could try and meet up a little bit, obviously in a safe way. So yeah, it was good to have that chat, and then I got a few bits done in the evening while I was watching TV and things like that. Got up fairly early, well, I woke up fairly early this morning because I wanted to order the next set of the Minnie Mouse Main Attraction pins because they came out this morning. I nearly missed them because I missed my alarm. I must have slept through it, and thankfully I just woke up at like, I think it was like 4 minutes to 8 or something, and they come out at 8 o'clock, and then our internet wasn't working. So I had a bit of a panic, but I managed to do it through the 4G on my phone, so hopefully we're all right. But then actually I did go back to sleep after that for a bit, because I think I'd woken up too suddenly and I felt a bit funny, so I went back to sleep for a bit, which helped. I've had my breakfast and everything, and I was just starting to do some, well, I needed to get my gastroparesis vlog up because I'd finished doing that one, and then I was going to start doing some editing, but we've got a guy that's just arrived to fit a smart meter, and he's going to have to turn the power off any minute, so I've just had to turn my computer off so I don't lose anything. So I'm gonna, I don't know, find something else to do. There's plenty of other things I can be doing. Possibly I might just start doing a little bit of tidying in here. I don't know how long the power's going to be off for, but I'm hoping it's not going to be too long because I'd quite like to make some progress. But yeah, I wasn't feeling great this morning. I got a text from my GP to say that, so basically I've been having problems with my breathing and also with swelling in my legs and feet, and I've been through various different consultants. So we started with a rheumatologist and they didn't think it was something rheumatological. Then we went to a dermatologist and they didn't think it was something sort of skin wise. So then we contacted my POTS specialist in London, who isn't able to see me because they run it as like you only get seen once a year, and my next appointment isn't until November. So they can't do kind of like general management stuff. So he recommended being referred to my local cardiologists, and that they should do an echo, which is like a scan of your heart. And he also recommended a couple of blood tests, which I had done. Those were all normal. All my blood tests have come back normal. I had a chest x-ray, which was fine. And yeah, I got a text from my GP today to say that the cardiologists had come back to her and said that they don't want to see me. They said that because my blood tests are normal, they don't think that it's anything to do with my heart. So yeah, that's kind of frustrating because they didn't kind of explain. Basically they said they think it's dysfunctional breathing, which you get quite often with EDS and POTS, and I have been diagnosed with that before, and I've seen a respiratory physio before, so I try and kind of follow the advice from them, but it doesn't explain the swelling in my legs, and also just some of the breathing symptoms just don't seem to add up with that, I don't think. But yeah, the cardiologists have said that they don't want to see me. So my GP is going to refer me to the respiratory physio at my local hospital to see if they can help. But I have actually just replied, well, I got the message and I was just a bit like, oh, okay, great, like now what? I felt a bit fobbed off by the cardiologists, which was frustrating. Like they hadn't even seen me, they hadn't done like the scan that had been recommended. And I just felt it was a bit of a like, oh, she's got POTS, it's probably that, you know, off she goes. And yeah, I just feel like it's not being explained, and it's like things aren't being like taken into account. So in the end, like I had a bit of a like a wallow and like, oh, it's so frustrating. And I mean, it is frustrating. Like I just feel like it's a constant fight when you've got chronic illness, to fight to be listened to and to be taken seriously and to be given the help that you need. And it's difficult because it happens so often. You do just get to a point where you think, I just feel like giving up. But I kind of had that little like dip, and then I was like, okay, what can I do about this? So I wasn't able to reply to the text message that my GP had sent, so I've actually emailed the surgery and asked them to send her my response, and I've basically said, okay, you know, I'm happy to see the respiratory physio if that's what they think is needed. But were they able to give any ideas as to why I'm getting swelling in my legs? Did they not think I needed the echo, and if so, like, why? And then I also spoke about the problems that the swelling in my legs is causing, because it's causing a lot of problems with my nails, and asked if there's anything we can do to kind of stop that getting worse or to manage it. And also I'm due to have an ECG and blood pressure check, because I have them every 3 months because of some medication that I'm on. So I've also asked whether I am allowed to make an appointment to have that done, because I don't know what appointments people are allowed to make at the moment with COVID and everything. But I kind of feel like it would, well, one, I feel like I need to have it done because it needs to be kept an eye on, because of the medications. They can cause something called long QT syndrome, which can be fatal, so it's quite important that it's kind of kept an eye on. But also I feel like maybe it would just put my mind at rest a little bit as well, to know that if I had like an ECG that was okay, to know that my heart seems to be doing all right. Problem with EDS is it can like predispose you to problems with your heart. It's more common if you've got vascular EDS, but people with hypermobile EDS do get problems with their heart as well. So I just feel a little bit more like it should be investigated fully before it's kind of put down to something like dysfunctional breathing. So yeah, I've sent that email. Hopefully my GP will come back to me and kind of let me know her thoughts. But yeah, I feel like I've been a little bit proactive now, so I'm hoping that that will help. Anyway, I'm going to get on with something before, well, the power is meant to be going off, but it hasn't gone off yet, so we'll see. But I'm hoping that that'll go off soon so that it can come back on again. But for now, I'll find something else to do. So this morning was a little bit chaotic in the end. The power went off and it was off for quite a while, so I ended up doing a bit of tidying and stuff in my office, which needed doing. And then the power came back on again, and so I was then able to put my video, my gastroparesis video up. I promoted the one that went up yesterday, and then I needed to empty a memory card because I didn't have any footage left to edit. So I emptied that, and then it got to the point where it was lunchtime and I couldn't do any more, which was slightly frustrating because I'd hoped to have got a bit more done, but just how it worked out. So hopefully I can get on with some more editing tomorrow. I've had lunch, and there's been a little bit of a change of plan for today. So I wasn't going to be doing anything. And then my dad asked me if I wanted to go out for dinner with him, my mum, and a friend of ours from church. So basically, this friend of ours from church had booked a table for 4 people to go out for dinner, and the other 3 people had ended up cancelling, saying they couldn't do it. But she didn't want to cancel the booking because she wanted to support the local business. It's a restaurant that's like in our town. And so she asked my dad if he and my mum would like to go out for dinner for like with 2 of the spaces with her. And then I think she asked somebody else as well. But then today Dad said, oh, there's still a seat free because presumably that other person couldn't come or dropped out or whatever. So he was like, do you want to come with us for dinner? So I'm gonna go. I'm a bit nervous about going. I haven't been out for dinner since, I think the last time I went out was like January, February time, maybe. It was like obviously way before lockdown. So yeah, it's gonna be the first time going out for dinner since like COVID and everything. So I'm a bit nervous about that. But it's had a lot of good like reviews and stuff on our local Facebook page, and I have been there before years ago, but I haven't been for recently. But I'm hoping it'll be alright. It would be nice to like go out and do something that I haven't done for ages, and obviously they'll have measures in place so that it's COVID secure and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm just I'm just a bit anxious, and I think hopefully once we get there it will be okay. It's just that like anticipation of like, I don't know, something new and different and not quite knowing what it's going to be like. So yeah, I'm going out for dinner tonight. Wasn't expecting that at all. So I'm actually just going to have a rest now, probably have a bit of a nap because I'm not feeling brilliant, and I'd quite like to feel a little bit better when I go out. So yeah, gonna fall asleep and then head out a bit later, and I'll try and film what we eat or something like that. Otherwise I'll just kind of speak to you when I get back and let you know how it all went.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know, about to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for.
Good morning, welcome back to another rainy day, although I'm not complaining because it's not hot, and yeah, I much prefer it, to be quite honest. As long as I haven't got to go out, I really don't mind if it's raining. Yeah, went out for dinner last night. Sorry I didn't speak to you when I got back, I was just absolutely shattered. But yeah, it went okay. I was really anxious before we went out, but I relaxed fairly quickly. The restaurant that we went to, it had like a one-way system, the tables were spaced out, they asked for our details when we got there for their track and trace in case anybody needed to be contacted. And yeah, it was quite nice. The food was good, the portions were massive, I could not eat everything, and I always feel really guilty about leaving so much food. I don't know if anyone else with gastroparesis or any kind of digestive problem has this, but yeah, that is the one thing that I don't like about going out, is I just feel so embarrassed when they come and take the plate away and they're like, oh, is everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, I just can't eat that much. But apart from that, it was really, really nice. I had a mushroom risotto, and then I had some tiramisu because I just couldn't go to an Italian and not have tiramisu. I haven't had it for ages, and yeah, it was nice to see it on the menu. I just had a really nice chat. We had, there was me, my mum and my dad, and then a family friend from church, and just had a really good chat about all sorts of different things, putting the world to rights. And yeah, it did just feel really relaxed. I did feel slightly odd, like not having a mask on. Obviously when you're eating you can't be wearing a mask, and like obviously like the staff or anyone didn't have any kind of masks on or anything like that, so I did feel a bit odd like not having that mask on, and I didn't kind of realise I would feel quite so strange about it, but that was the one thing I felt like strange about. But obviously that kind of can't be helped because you can't eat when you've got a mask on. It was just something that I noticed, but no, I'm really glad I went, and I feel it's helped me to feel a little bit better about perhaps going out somewhere again. And yeah, I don't know, it's such a balance, isn't it, like trying to decide like whether you should go out, how much you should go out, where you should go, and what you feel is safe and all this kind of stuff. And I guess I've just been trying to do things slowly, but at the same time trying to make sure that I am getting out to places, because I feel like for me it's important to do that because of how shielding has kind of affected me mentally. But I always worry about judgment from other people, and I know I shouldn't, and I know it doesn't matter as long as I'm following the rules, but I do just worry that other people who've been shielding will see me and think that I'm going out too much, or that I shouldn't be going to the places that I'm going to, and it's stupid, it really is stupid, but that's how I feel. But I just think I've spoken to a few other friends who've shielded, and we've all just kind of said that you just have to do what feels right for you, and it's going to be different for everybody. And there's just no point in trying to worry about what other people are going to think of you, because you just, yeah, you have to do what feels right for you, for your mental health and for your physical health. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. I've just had a video call, with my friend Lydia, which was nice because I haven't spoken to her for a couple of weeks. So we had a good chat about all sorts of different things, talking about Motability cars and dating and being an auntie and Disney and all sorts of different things. So that was really nice. And now I'm going to get on with starting to edit another weekly vlog. I've got a new candle to light. So today we are going for Black Cherry, which is just the one that I picked up next. That, yeah, I hadn't really chosen that one. I just brought a load down from upstairs, and this just was the next one that's there. So I'm going to light that, and yeah, try and get on with a bit of editing. I don't have any real plans today. I want to have a shower and wash my hair at some point, so hopefully my mum can help me do that. But apart from that, it's just doing bits and bobs at home, trying to get some admin bits done, and yeah, staying cozy from the rain. Good evening. Very exciting news for you this evening. For the first time since I started playing Animal Crossing, I have actually had shooting stars. I mean, I may well have had them other times, but I have never been able to see them or wish on them. And tonight I've actually managed to wish on, I think I've managed 2, and now it's gone quiet, which is a shame. I was like, when I just saw them out the corner of my eye, and so quickly looked up and tried to wish on a couple. And I was kind of hoping there might be some more, because I wanted to hear what noise they make when they... Oh, look! How exciting! Yeah, I've been wanting to get the blooming wishing... so I've wanted to wish on stars for months, and everyone else seemed to be doing it, and I don't know, I just wasn't seeing them. And was getting rather frustrated, to be quite honest. Oh look, I've got quite a few. So yes, I'm rather happy about that, because as I said, it's been a while. I've got some recipes from Celeste, and I'd quite like to try and make them. Plus the star fragments are really cute when you find them, so I feel quite happy now that we've got a few. Good morning. I've got an exciting day today. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not exciting, but for me it's exciting. My mum and I are going to go to a shop, which is the first time I will have been to a shop, apart from the zoo gift shop, which I'm not counting. Yeah, first time I will have been to the shop in, I don't even know how many months. The last time I went shopping, I don't know, February maybe. I've decided that I really wanted to go to Homesense, and a couple of friends posted some pictures or something from Homesense that they'd seen, and I was like, oh, I really miss just looking around there, especially now, because I think they're going to start having their autumn stuff in. And I mean, I've missed shopping anyway, but I've just felt quite nervous about going, and I'm kind of trying to build up to doing stuff. And I thought Homesense might be okay. It's quite a big store. Hopefully it's not going to be too busy, and I thought it's just one shop, you know, start with one shop, and then I can always build up from that afterwards. So yeah, we're going to go shopping. I'm just excited to have a look around. I'm not massively excited about wearing a mask, but obviously I will. But yeah, I'll take you along with us, show you if there's anything exciting there, and yeah, hopefully it'll be nice.
You could lie, but lying only buys you so much time. You could hurt, but hurting's never gonna make it fine. You could shake, but try and shake it off all you can. You might fake, secrets you conceal could be hell. You're shutting someone up that knows you well, tear you apart, pull you from the end back to the start. I don't care what you do, but here's a tip from me to you. Look your failures in the eye, only way to say goodbye. Once you lift them from your heart, you could have a brand new start, it's true. And life will smile to you. I say life will smile to you. I once stood where you stand now with no end in sight. I was lost, but if it's worth the win, it's always worth the fight.
We have just got home from Homesense. We picked up a Costa for lunch, which is my first Costa since, I can't even remember when. I think it was February I had my last Costa. But I went for a strawberry lemonade. They didn't have a huge amount of choice with food, so I've just got a panini, and I also got some millionaire shortbread because it's been a while and I thought I'd treat myself. But yeah, Homesense was good. It wasn't too busy, and people seemed to be kind of keeping their distance and were fairly kind of good. So like if you were going up one aisle, like, and someone saw that you were going, they wouldn't try and like come down the other way and stuff. So there was kind of like a mutual understanding. I'm not sure if there was a one-way system there or not, because there were like arrows in some parts telling you to go certain ways, but then they didn't like carry them on. So it was very difficult to kind of know what you were meant to be doing, but I think everyone was just using their common sense. I did struggle with my mask after a while. I started just feeling really faint, but I kept it on and managed okay, so that was good. I tried to like film a few bits that we saw, but I didn't want to kind of get in people's way and stuff, so I'll show you what we picked up. So my mum bought a candle for our neighbour because it's her birthday. So she went for this one, which is Sand and Fog in Mango Tangerine, and the thing we liked most about it was the lid. I thought that was rather pretty, and it smells really nice. It's like really fruity, obviously. It's just, yeah, it's nice and fresh and fruity, and thought it's difficult to know buying candles for somebody because you don't know what kind of candles they might like, but I kind of thought you're not going to not like this one, so she went for that. She also got another candle, which I'm not sure what she's done with it. I'll have to ask her about the other one, I can't find it at the moment. I bought a candle. I don't need any more candles, but they had all of their autumn candles in, and it's just my favourite time of year for candles, so I was quite restrained. I only went for one, but I went for this one, which is, it's a DW Home one, which is like one of the most popular brands that they have in Homesense, and it's apple currant scent, which looks like this, but I thought the lid was really nice. It's like a wooden lid, and then it's got this apple. I did think maybe you could use it as a coaster afterwards, but I don't know because it's a bit holy. But yeah, this one smells, again, very like fruity. It says it's got red currant, juicy apple and cassis with grapefruit zest, quince and vanilla. A lot of the autumn ones are very cinnamony and I'm not the biggest fan of cinnamon, but also I've got quite a few cinnamony type ones already, so I wanted something a little bit different, and I thought this was quite nice, and I think it was like $7.99, so the candles are really reasonable. This one was, I can't remember how much this one was, it might have been around the same price. I then looked at the cards. I love looking at the cards in Homesense because they just have such a mixed bag. I didn't need any cards really, or the cards that I did need, I couldn't find anything for them, but I ended up getting a few. So my mum got this one, which says happy birthday crazy cat lady on it, who she's going to give that to somebody that she knows that likes cats. And then the ones I got were this one, which is a Pusheen one, which I thought was quite sweet. Most of the cards I got would be fine for just like, you know, like pen pal letters and things like that. They weren't, I didn't get them specifically for birthday cards or anything. This one was $1.49 and the crazy cat lady one was $1.99. So they're really reasonably priced as well. And then got this one, which says, I do not know what I would do without you. And it's all like sparkly, which I thought was quite nice. That was $1.99. And then I also got this one, which says, hey you, and it's got various little drawings on it, and that's the brand Oh Dear, and that was $1.79. And I also then, I've been meaning for ages to get some fake flowers because one, they look nice, and two, they're really good for blog photos and things like that, because obviously you're not having to keep buying flowers all the time. So they're quite like multi-use. So I ended up getting a bunch of peonies. Basically they have, I think I showed it, they have like a whole wall full of different vases of flowers, and you can just pick whichever ones you want, and then put them together. So, oh my goodness. So I got a white one. These were like $2.99 each. So I got the white one. I got a sort of pinky one. I then got a light pink one, like that, and then the sort of darker pink, purpley coloured one. So I've got myself a nice bunch of flowers there that I can, I mean, I might possibly cut the stems a bit because they're quite tall, but they would look quite nice in a vase anyway. But no, they'll be really good for blog photos. And that was everything apart from the other candle my mum got. What happened to your candle, Mum?
Which candle, darling?
The like orangey, the maple.
Oh. Oh. Did I leave it on the counter?
Oh, I don't know. We don't know where her candle's gone, which is a shame because it was a nice candle, so we might have to contact them and ask them if they've got it there. But yeah, she did buy another candle. Anyway, I'm going to finish my lunch and then I'm going to go and have a rest because I'm shattered. Good morning. Sorry, not the most flattering angle, but it's just easy. Yeah, not feeling my best this morning. Actually, I wasn't feeling too great last night, which is why I didn't vlog again. I was absolutely shattered, I think, from going out. I'm just not used to going out anymore. I mean, even before, when I was used to going out a bit, it was still hard work. And I would still kind of feel ill afterwards for a bit. But I think now, because I haven't been out properly for so long, any kind of tolerance that I did have to going out has kind of gone. So yeah, I think it just completely wiped me out. But also I've been getting really bad digestive symptoms again. I don't know if it has got something to do with what I ate yesterday. It's a possibility because I ate something that I don't normally eat because I got something from Costa. So that could have flared things up. But yeah, last night I was like lying on the sofa in agony, feeling like I was going to pass out because it was like I was in so much pain. And then this morning that's kind of just continued. So yeah, it's slightly frustrating. I had hoped to get some editing and stuff done this morning. We've got David, Emma and Maisie over for lunch today. And my kind of plan was that I'd get a bit of editing done this morning and then join them for lunch, but the whole of the morning has just been taken up by being ill, so that's kind of frustrating. Things have kind of settled down for now, and I'm just hoping they stay that way, because it's not nice being in pain and feeling unwell. But yeah, I'm just hoping that when I go down and have lunch with David, Emma and Maisie, that doesn't set things off again, but who knows. But yeah, I just feel really drained this morning now. I think I need to speak to the doctor about my digestive system again, because this, I don't know, for me this isn't normal. Like, I know what my normal symptoms are with my gastroparesis and dysmotility, and this is something extra. It's, I don't know what it is, and I don't know whether I'll be able to get any help with it, because I've been discharged from my gastro consultant because of COVID. So I really don't know, but I just can't carry on like with this recurring pain. I mean, I get gastro pain, and I know what, you know, I know that comes with my gastroparesis, but this is just like, it's just been another level. I'll be like doubled over, I'll be sweating and like all like clammy, feeling like I'm gonna faint, and it's just not, it's not good. So I don't know, I do need to speak to the doctor, but we're still trying to sort out the like cardiology issues, and I just don't want to add something else into the mix to kind of confuse stuff, because we're already having trouble like getting to the bottom of like my feet swelling and breathing problems and stuff. So if I then add another thing into the mix, I feel like it's just going to get even more difficult, and it's going to like split my GP's time, whereas I just need her to deal with one thing at a time. So I think I'm just going to have to leave it for a bit, and then once the like breathing things are sorted, then we can look at the gastro stuff. It's frustrating having to do it that way, but I just think that will work out that way for the best. So yeah, I have seen David, Emma and Maisie for a bit this morning. I saw them before I came up here, and that was before my stomach seemed to kick off, so that was nice. And Maisie is just, she's off now. Like, now that she can walk, she's just running around the house, and you would not think that she'd been walking for like only a week. It's crazy. She's just all over the place, and like she's starting to try and like speak. She's like, you can kind of tell some of the things, like she was trying to say spoon this morning, and she says no, and she said daddy, and she's obsessed with Lenny. So she'll like, she comes in as soon, like she comes straight into the kitchen, and she's like looking under like the table and everything, trying to find Lenny. I mean, Lenny hides as soon as he is them coming, but yeah, she just absolutely loves Lenny. She's not that bothered about the dogs, but yeah, Lenny, she's obsessed with him. So yeah, it's nice to see them, and I'm going to go down in a bit and have some lunch with them, and then maybe like once we've had lunch I might try and get a bit of editing done after that. It will depend on what my stomach does, to be quite honest, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'm going to head down now, because it's, well, I think my mum's just started to cook some soup for us, so hopefully I'll be alright with it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Right, David and Emma and Maisie have just gone home. I managed a little bit of lunch, had some soup and some rice, which is my go-to when I've got a bad tummy. And yeah, had a nice time playing with Maisie and watching her run around and make us laugh. So yeah, they've headed home. Alfie isn't very well at the moment, unfortunately. Last night before we went up to bed, he was really sick, and then he was also really sick in the night, and he's got a bad tummy as well. We think that it's the anti-inflammatories that the vet has given us for him to have. We had a look at the leaflet that comes with them, and it said that it can give them an upset stomach. It doesn't say anything about making them sick, but we have rung the vet and they said just to stop them. So he's feeling a bit sorry for himself. My dad got Freddie's breakfast out this morning, and like usually Alfie would be like jumping around excited for his breakfast, and he just lay there and wasn't interested at all really. So we've just been making sure he's drinking, and we've cooked some rice so that he can have a little bit of rice later if he doesn't be sick. I mean, he hasn't been sick since this morning, so hopefully he can have a little bit of rice later. But he's not feeling himself at the moment, definitely not. I mean, his limp, I think, actually got better on the anti-inflammatories, but he just can't keep taking them if they're going to make him ill. So he's having a bit of TLC today, aren't you, Alf? So I've had a couple of parcels from Disney arrive today. I ordered these one day apart, I think, but they've both arrived at the same time, so I just thought I'd show you what I have got. I will start with this one because I think this is the one I ordered first. So this one is the next set of the Alien Remix pins. These are coming out every Monday for 6 weeks, and it's £28 for 4. I'm not planning on getting like the whole set because it's expensive. So I've just chosen the ones, like I've looked and seen which ones that I would particularly like, and I'm just going to stick with them. So I got last week's ones, which I showed on here, and then I went for this week's ones as well because I quite liked them. So we have got an upside down one. Right, so I'll start with this one. So we've got Remy the rat, who looks like this with his little chef's hat on. We have then got Bo Peep, who's rather sweet. We've then got Woody, and then the last one, which is probably the one that made me go for these ones, is Russell from Up, who I thought was really sweet. So yeah, I've gone for those ones. I don't think I'm going to get the ones next week. I need to double check to see what the different weekly collections are. It's very difficult to choose which ones I don't want to collect because they're all quite sweet, but yeah, I'm going to have to. So yeah, those are quite sweet. It does say they're £7 each, so I guess you could buy 4 and then if there's only like certain ones you want, sell the others or trade them with somebody else. But yeah, I'm just gonna try and get the ones I like. So those were the ones I got on Monday morning, and then on Tuesday morning the next Minnie Mouse Memories collection came out, and I collect the pins from that collection. I have collected the pins from all 3 of the collections. So the Mickey Mouse, oh no, it's Mickey Mouse Memories I collected, and then I collected the Wisdom collection, and this is the Minnie Mouse Main Attraction collection, and for all 3 I've collected the pins, mainly because they're the easiest to store. They have like a plush, which is like once you've collected a few plushes they start to take up space. They have, this time they have ears, which are quite expensive and they go really quickly. They have some sort of bag, which again, really expensive, and a mug. And again, I have quite a lot of mugs, so unless a mug comes out that I really like, then I'm not getting them. But yeah, I went for these pins again, and this set is based on the Dumbo ride. So each set is based on a ride at Disney, and these are based on Dumbo, and they're actually really nice. They're glittery. Oh, my throat. So let's see if I can zoom in on them. So you've got Dumbo here, he's kind of 3D. You've got Minnie, who's kind of like an old style Minnie, and then the ears are glittery, and they've got a little feather out the top, which are rather cute. The ears kind of match the big ears that you can buy. Yeah, I quite like these. I'm pretty sure most of the minis that have come so far have been like the more like recent style Minnie, but she definitely looks like an older, like more old-fashioned style Minnie. But But yeah, I think my favourite's the ears in these ones actually. So that is number 8 of 12. I've got the album that they all go in, so those will go in there. A lot of my pins I'm going to put up on my board, which is in my office. I haven't quite got as far as actually doing it yet, but these ones, because they've got an album that like you can put all of them in, I'm keeping them in there because it keeps them nice. So yeah, I've got Disney pin overload today, which I'm not unhappy about at all. Good morning. I've had a bit of a slow morning so far, which is partly my fault because I went to bed quite late. My dad, well, I was in the lounge with my dad. I was watching something on my iPad, and he started watching Ocean's 8, I think it was, and I finished watching what I was watching on my iPad, and then I ended up starting to watch Ocean's 8, and it was quite late and when it finished, but it was a really good film from what I watched. Wasn't something that I would usually have picked, so would definitely recommend it. It had loads of really good female characters in it, female actors in it. Had Sandra Bullock, Anne Hathaway, oh, my mind's gone blank, various other like female actors, and they were really good, so would definitely recommend it. But yeah, it meant I got up fairly late this morning, still having trouble with my tummy, still getting these pains, and yeah, I think I'm gonna have to speak to my GP at some point. I can't remember if I told you yesterday actually, I got a text from my GP, and she's going to refer me to have an echo with apparently there's a GP that does them at a different place, so she's going to refer me for that, which is to have the scan of my heart, just to like double check that there's nothing going on with my heart that's causing the breathlessness and swelling. She's also going to refer me to podiatry, because apparently they're taking referrals now, so hopefully they can help with my feet a little bit. And I've got to go in and have an ECG next week as well, so I feel a little bit better about that, just because it feels like it's being properly investigated. She said she thinks the swelling is down to something called venous stasis, I think, which would be associated probably with my POTS and the fact that I'm not massively mobile at the moment, and so basically the veins in your, or arteries, can't remember which one, veins I suppose, in your legs aren't like pushing the blood back up properly, which happens in POTS anyway, but she thinks that it's just the blood's basically pooling in my legs and feet because it can't get back up to my body. But I will have like the heart tests just to check that there's nothing else going on. If it is that, there's not a lot I can do about it apart from wearing compression stockings and trying to do some like calf exercises. At the moment I don't wear compression stockings, one because I find them really difficult to put on, especially at the moment with my leg, and two because it's been blooming hot and I just couldn't face putting them on. But I think I have got some somewhere that I was prescribed ages ago, so I need to find those and maybe start trying to wear them like as the weather gets cooler. So yeah, that's quite good. I feel a little bit better about that kind of side of things, although I'm obviously not feeling any better, hopefully, like, because she's referring me to the respiratory physio as well, so I'm hoping I can just get a little bit of support and get my breathing a little bit better if possible. So I might just leave things a little bit longer, see how my tummy goes, and then maybe put in another e-consult. I want to give her a bit of a break before I start with something else. So yeah, everything this morning has just been a bit slow, but I'm just getting some editing done, trying to get my weekly vlog finished, edited today. I probably won't get it up today, but I'd like to get it finished editing, and then I'll either put it up to tomorrow or Monday. I'll see what I'd quite like to get some tidying done tomorrow, so I'll kind of wait and see. But yeah, I don't have any other plans today, so I'm going to get this done, get some lunch, probably have a sleep this afternoon, and then I've got just more like admin-y bits that need doing. So it's going to be a pretty homey day today, just trying to get bits and bobs done. We have a very soggy dog. He's just had a proper bath in the garden with some warm water. I think he's feeling a lot better. Where's your head? Yeah, I think he is feeling a lot better. He hasn't been sick or anything again, and he's a bit more like his old self. But because he'd been so poorly, he was a bit stinky from being sick and everything, which wasn't very nice. So he's had a proper good wash, haven't you, sweetheart?
Soapy water.
Not soapy water. And he's now had a good old shake, and he's going to stay in here and dry off. So I finally got my editing finished this morning. It took quite a bit longer than I thought it would, but I just was desperate to get the video finished and exporting. I don't know whether I'm going to put it up tomorrow or wait till Monday. I'll just see how I feel tomorrow. I've had my lunch, and then I showed you obviously Alfie looking rather soggy, bless him, but I think he is feeling better. He just seems to be getting back to his normal self, which is good. I've now come in here because I'm going to have a lie down because I'm shattered. I just thought I'd show you some flowers that smell incredible. Every time you come in the lounge, you can smell them. So my sister Rosie was given these lilies, which look like white lilies at first, but as they've opened, you can see that they're pink. And every time you come in the lounge, it literally smells like a florist in here. They have such a strong scent, but they smell so good and they look really pretty. I love how they're kind of like, you've got like darker bits and then lighter bits. They just look really, really nice. I'm not usually like a massive fan of lilies, but these ones are really, really pretty. We've still got some sunflowers going, just about. They're starting to go off a little bit, I think. We've also the sunflowers that Noah and I and Mum planted, ages ago now. I can't remember which vlog it was in, but I did show it. We've finally started to get some flowers on those, so I must go out in the garden at some point and show you them because they're like miniature sunflowers. But yeah, I love sunflowers. They're one of my favourite summer flowers because I think they're just so cheerful. So yeah, we've got a little florist going on here with our sunflowers and big bunch of lilies, but I'm not complaining because they make me happy when I'm lying on the sofa. Good morning. I'm not feeling particularly great this morning, to be quite honest. Physically just not feeling brilliant. I tried to eat some breakfast and ended up doubled over in pain again, so I ended up just not being able to eat my breakfast, which like usually I manage to at least like power through and eat something, but I just couldn't do it today, so that's not brilliant. So I guess that's probably just making me feel crap anyway, but I just feel quite down as well. I think it's just a mixture of things, but I don't know, I'm finding it hard seeing people going off on little holidays and staycations and just getting out and about a bit more. And although I have been out a couple of times, I guess I'm just kind of feeling a bit left behind, and I don't know, I suppose it's just reminding me of my situation a bit more. I think during lockdown I kind of didn't feel it so much because everybody was at home and all of that kind of, those like reminders were kind of taken away, whereas now things are like easing a bit more, and you know, people are going on holidays, like, you know, I'm not fussed about going abroad, although at some point I'd love to do that, but you know, just people going on staycations with their families and things like that. And I think today I'm just feeling a bit crap about it. I just feel a bit trapped, and I don't know, I guess it's just got me thinking that really the only way I can get out of my house is if I ask my parents. And I just want to make it quite clear that I am very, very grateful for my parents and the amazing help that they give me, and the fact that, you know, they help me get out and all that kind of stuff, because if it wasn't for them I would just be housebound. So, you know, I don't want people to think that I'm not grateful for that at all. I think it's just, obviously, you know, as a woman in her 30s, I would love to just have a bit more independence, and today it's just hitting me a bit. So yeah, I'm not feeling the best, but I'm trying to kind of find things to distract myself. I've sorted out my medication for the next week and all that kind of stuff, and I've decided I'm going to do a little bit of tidying because I thought, well, one, it needs doing, and also it might kind of take my mind off things a bit more, being a bit more busy. And also I find it quite therapeutic, to be honest, when I'm feeling down or anxious or whatever, to just, yeah, tidy stuff. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. Don't have any plans for today, so I'm just trying to be kind to myself and do things that help and make me feel a bit better. So yeah, I'll show you what I'm going to tidy. So there's a lot of stuff in my room that needs tidying. I'm not even going to show you it because it's just embarrassing, and in my office as well. But I thought, because I made a start on this already, so I did this shelf a few weeks ago, I thought I'd just go on and do the next shelf. I just need to empty, well, I need to see what's in all these folders because I'm not quite sure what's in some of them. I know that a lot of it is like university stuff, possibly college stuff and OU stuff, and I just don't know whether I need to keep it, to be quite honest. I don't know, it's really difficult because you spend, like, well, with my uni it was 3 years, with the Open University I think I was doing it for 5 years, college was 2 years. You spend all that time like making all these notes and doing all this work, and then you kind of think, well, what do I do with it now? I'd be really interested to hear what other people have done with this kind of stuff, because part of me wants to keep it because of how much work went into it, but the other part of me just thinks, well, what's the point in it just sitting there when I'm never probably going to look at it ever again, and it's just taking up space that could be used for something else. So I think I'm just going to go through the folders, see what's in them, and then be a bit ruthless. And yeah, I think at some point I will then, like, once I think I know like what folders I need, because I've got these ones here and then I've got this shelf here as well, which, like, the folders in this one are just, they need completely resorting. So I think once I've kind of sorted through all the folders and I know what I need, I'm probably just going to completely replace all of the, well, most of the folders, I will say, so that they all look like similar colours, so that they look nice. But I can't do that until I know like what I need and stuff. So that is the job for this morning. We'll see how far we get.
When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better off. When I look at what I've done now that we're apart, when I look at what I've won, I've come so far. I know I'm so much better off, baby.
Good evening. Sorry I didn't film after I started doing some tidying earlier. Just hasn't been the greatest day, to be quite honest. I managed to get a little bit of sorting out done. I found a load of my folders that were from like mental health courses and things like that I'd done like 5 years ago, so I was having a look through them. I haven't kept much, to be honest. I don't know, I just didn't feel like I needed to keep it. One, it just brings back memories, and two, I just don't think I would go back to look at it. It was kind of more of like an in the moment thing while we were doing the course. I kept a few pages, but they were kind of, yeah, not like little bits, but nothing huge. I didn't get a huge amount done, but it's better than nothing. Richard, Lisa and Noah popped over. I didn't get to see much of them because they went out blackberry picking, so I just saw them when they came back before they headed off. I had a good cry. Just really struggling with my mood today. Yeah, so I had a good cry and then fell asleep on the sofa for the rest of the afternoon, and I still just feel absolutely shattered. We've had dinner and done all that kind of stuff. I'm just watching a bit of YouTube, watching Brogan Tate. I will link her channel below if you want to go and watch her. I really enjoy her vlogs and everything. And yeah, just having a quiet evening, so I wanted to just come on and finish the vlog. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. If you have and you'd like to see more from me, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the notification bell, that means you'll get notified every time I upload a video so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, let me know what you've been up to this week, how you're getting on, anything you want to comment on in the video, and also let me know if there's any particular videos you'd like to see me film. I'm always looking for your suggestions on whatever it might be, so do let me know what you'd like to see. Also come and follow me on social media. My links are in the description below, but I'll put my Instagram and Twitter up here. Those are the two places that I'm mainly on, so do come over and say hello, and I'll see you again in another video very soon. Bye.